I saw one Oyibo man crying. I saw one white man. In tears, he did cry, he was crying. You understand? And I asked him, oh God, why are you crying? He said, Nigeria. Nigeria wants to finish us. Nigeria wants to make Europe broke. Nigeria wants to make white man poor. Nigeria wants to bring down the West. They were already shaking. And I'm like, calm down. What did you expect now? You thought that you people will continue to dominate Africa. You thought you people will continue to bring your industries to Africa. You thought you people will continue to control African resources. You thought you people will continue to control businesses in Africa forever. You think we will not wake up? He said, no, I thought you people will not wake up. But Nigeria has woken up. And now they are destroying businesses for Europeans. Now they are making Europeans, they cry toy. Now they are making Europeans, they see shaking. Now they give Europeans wutu. Thank God say the Europeans even have small sense. Now they are beginning to claim relationship with Nigeria. Now these Europeans are beginning to try to create bonds with Nigeria. So they cannot, so Nigeria will not completely cut them off. So Nigeria will not completely ruin their influence in Africa. At least now, they don't say by creating relationship with Nigeria, they'll still find a way to be benefiting. Ask yourself, why as of a sudden it's easier for a Nigerian to get visa to go to France? Out of a sudden, Germany says, no, we want to multiply the number of visas we give Nigerians every year. Germany says we have to not just multiply those visas, we want to reduce the time in processing. If we were using 2 weeks to process visa for Nigeria, we will cut it down. Ask yourself why? Why? Now because of the shege whether they see for Nigeria hand. You understand? The shege is too much. The shege me. The shege me. That's the reality, guys. People need to be aware of what is going on the continent of Africa. People need to know, because when you start hearing all these things of America is not happy with Nigeria, America wants, do you know that in the next 20 years, do you know there's a research that has proven, go and check it out. In the next 20 years, the whites will become a minority group in America for the first time ever, which means blacks and other races will dominate America. Do you know? You don't know. You think Trump is not aware? The problem is, before we Africans, we start to see something, that's the problem. Before Africans, we start to see something, Europeans and whites, they have seen it 30 years ahead. That's why the Europeans are telling us today that Nigeria will become the top 5 biggest economies in the world. But if you ask an average Nigerian now, he will tell you that even 50 years now, Nigeria will still be very, very useless. You understand? Because they don't even understand what is going on. But the white man has already done that research and is telling you. They know that their population is going down. Their businesses are going down. They are losing their influence on the global economy. They are losing their influence in the world. And different powers are rising. And Nigeria is one of those powers. They are seeing the different powers rising. And they are beginning to panic. Not because of now, because of their children and their children's children. White man knows, they know, Europeans know, the Americans knows that their children's children, they can no longer have it. You want to tell me that in the next 20 years, how many white doctors will you see in America? How many white doctors will you see in the UK? How many white intelligent engineers, how many white brilliant people doing, how many of them will, even now as I'm talking to you now, for those of you now in the UK, for those of you now in the America, when you go to some jobs, how many whites do you see again? They are seeing the decline. It's becoming rapid. And Nigeria is part of the reason why they are facing all these struggles. And when it comes to Africa, Nigeria is now putting more salt to their wound. That salt where they hot. Now in Nigeria, they carry the put up for white man wound. White man know they feel breathe. Now they choke them for them. I can't breathe. They know they feel talk again. They know they feel talk again. I'm telling you. And I'm going to give you examples. Because I don't want you to feel like I'm just here to talk. Talk is not cheap in my head. My talk, they're expensive. Because I did do research. Because I didn't know what I they talk about. You understand? My talk, they're expensive. So Nigeria is destroying European businesses in Africa. Nigeria is making Europeans cry massive losses in Africa. Nigeria is making Europe know their place in Africa. As a matter of fact, China in Africa right now is having better grounds than the Europeans. They have better stamina than the West. They are more stronger. They are more influential. And, at least they are also doing well. Because of their strategy, it's not a strategy to destroy Africa and keep Africa down forever. That's why you see at last, they are still giving them some small advantages in Africa. You get the point? Now, let's go into some details. How is Nigeria destroying European businesses? How is Nigeria making Europeans cry? How is Nigeria making Europeans lose water in Africa? Right now, as I'm talking to you, every single African country now wants Nigerian investors, not European investors. Every single African country wants to partner with Nigerian investors, Nigerian entrepreneurs, Nigerian billionaires. It started some time ago, and now it's becoming more and more louder, more and more obvious. It started with countries like Sierra Leone. Yes, it started. Do you know that there was a time Sierra Leone said Nigeria will be the one producing all their government official vehicles? Innocent vehicles was the one producing all the government official cars for Sierra Leone. They signed that deal. Do you know that Sierra Leone refused to hand over the mining rights of their oil and some resources to Western world Europeans and handed it over to a Nigerian billionaire? Go and check. There's a Nigerian billionaire who is the one in charge of oil in Sierra Leone. Not today, for years now. They handed over the contract to that Nigerian man. You get it? When banks were selling off in Kenya, they did not call Europe, they called Nigeria. When banks went bankrupt in South Africa, they did not call Europe or white South Africans, they called on Nigeria. And today, how many banks do Nigeria have in Kenya? How many banks do Nigeria have? That influence that Nigeria has over the Ghana banking sector, that same influence is gradually becoming a reality in Kenya. Do you know that? Probably you don't know that one. Now, do you know that when Ethiopia wanted to build their fertilizer plant, to industrialize their agriculture, to transform Ethiopia's agricultural sector, they did not go to Europe, they came to Nigeria. They met who? His Excellency Aliko Dangote. He's the president of Africa. Dangote is the president of Africa. They came to Dangote. Now he has built the largest fertilizer plant in Africa to end importation of fertilizers in the whole of East Africa. That's market gone for Europe. That's cry go full everywhere for Europe. Cry go full everywhere for China. Cry go full everywhere. Because of who? Nigeria. Oga, una go learn something. Una go learn something. Now, in my previous video, I was celebrating Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe abandoning West, abandoning America, abandoning Europe to come and sign a special agreement with a Nigerian billionaire to say, bros, I beg, come put $1 billion for this our economy. Make we see as the economy go take is stable. Just come with those your multiple $30 billion that you have. Bring only 1 billion. Only 1 billion in that money. Come put for Zimbabwe. Who they lost? Who they cry? Who they cry? America they cry. Europe they cry. White man they cry. Because Nigeria don't collect everything from their hand. Nigeria is taking over Africa from their hand. Right now, no African country they go buy fuel again from Europe. No African, unless it's a country where they are mumu too much. No African country should even think of traveling anywhere to go and look for oil. Nigeria gets. As a matter of fact, no African country should even sell their crude oil to West. Because Dangote, if Dangote says I will no longer buy crude oil from America, all the crude oil that is coming from Angola, all the crude oil that is coming from different African countries, Dangote will buy it. More refineries. Nigerian government has privatized refineries, which means more private people will go and buy those refineries. And so Africa should not sell crude oil to the West. Why? Why should we sell when we have the capacity to refine the crude? We have the largest refinery in the world as of the 2026 era. That's what Africa is coming. That's what Africa is turning to. And who is creating it? Who is making it happen? And I tell now, I'm going to do Nigeria. If you know what Nigeria is doing to these people, if you know what Europe and America is going through, if you know which white man they go through now because of Nigeria, all their businesses they were doing in Africa, Nigeria don't collect out for their hand. You understand? The safari in Kenya, Nigeria, Dangote bought it. He owns it now. And that is what we want. We want to wake up on the continent of Africa to see that every sector in Africa is dominated by Africans. Every sector in Africa should be dominated by Africans. That's what we should wake up to on this continent. We should wake up to total control of our economies. We should wake up to total control of our businesses. We should wake up to total control of the African economy. And only one person is making that possible. Nigeria. Oh yeah, clap for them now. If you good, you good. Clap. Clap. You're not going to pain you if you clap. It is what it is. Your boy Ajimati on this one again. Slash the like button. Smash the notification bell. You know, say, be the way the boss break. No, they lack for this platform. So come back anytime you're free, guys. God bless you. Cheers.